Whiners, welcome back. Happy Thirsty Thursday. I have to start off with two immediate whines, and they both have to do with my windshield. I have no idea how this happened because my life, this is what happened. Okay, so first of all, I went on a road trip many, many weeks ago at this point. I knew a rock hit my damn windshield. I just knew it. I asked my passenger driver Carolyn, what's wrong with you? I was like, a rock hit my window for sure. I heard it. I wanted to take care of it immediately because that shit is going to spread in the Houston heat. No. We looked at it, couldn't find it. Well, backstory, I put my registration sticker in Texas. You put your car registration on the front of your windshield. In California, you put it on your license plate where people can easily steal them. But for me, you put slits in the registration sticker so people wouldn't steal it. Anyway, you put it on the inside of your car in Texas. And the person at the DMV or the DPS, Department of Public Services, safety specifically said to put it in the middle of my windshield. So it did so. Anyway, I got pulled over while on this road trip, and the lady cop was mad about where my sticker was. Anyway, she let me off with just a warning. But today I moved that sticker many weeks later. Guess what? There's a rock. So I'm real annoyed about that. So I'm on this DIY kick with my house, and I'm thinking about potentially DIY filling in the hole to my windshield. I can try it, and then I'll call a TaskRabbit. Do TaskRabbits do that, or does it just have to be a mechanic? Because I'm still looking for one of those to enter my family. Not looking for a 6'7" guy in finance. I'm looking for a 6'7" mechanic or a doctor or a vet at this point, because a vet bill, but that's a different story. But then literally on the way here, sitting at a stoplight minding my own business, and there's some people on the middle of the street in the median who maybe need some extra help in their life, and I love that, and sometimes I give them money or snacks. But what I don't want is you washing half of my window. I don't want you washing half of my window because the light is going to turn green and I'm going to need to go, and I don't have any cash. I tried to say no thank you through the windshield, but they went on. And so now I just got my car washed a few days ago, and now I have a weird new wash on the left-hand side drivers, and I had no cash and no nothing to give this man, so I drove off. I'm panicked. Like, I'm gonna see him. He's on the street all the time, so I'll be able to go give him money, but he's not gonna remember me, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna be the person that got away. I'm gonna be the person who left without donating money for my half window wash. I don't know. I'm not into it. So while we were setting up for the episode, I kind of dove into this Sauvignon Blanc. I had girls' night recently, hosted at my new home. It was so cute. I loved it. And we drank some of this Decoy Sauvignon Blanc, and I loved it. I am not a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand girly. Like, it's just too tart for me. So any Sauv Blanc from basically anywhere else I'm okay with. So, and Decoy is like, it's not the bottom of the barrel. It's like a $20, $25-ish bottle. So I'm enjoying that. And I'm excited because all this talk about dating in the past couple episodes, if you haven't listened, go tune in. I'm kind of feeling jazzed. I'm kind of feeling like I'm ready to get back out there. I'm feeling like I've had some time to reflect on some of these awful, situationships, and I'm going to do better from here on out. We talked about rugby guy, we talked about bathroom dad guy, we talked about short king. So go listen to those episodes. You can hear the backstories there. But like, what the main theme in my next dating journey, and obviously I'll typically take you Whiners along for the majority of the ride. I do want to keep the delusion. I want to keep the delusion at home. I want there to be a fine line between manifesting what I want, speaking it into existence, and not making something into what it isn't. So I'm going to get into that. But before that, let's get into some of the wines of the week from the Whiners. Welcome to Adultish Wines Podcast, where we're grown enough to pay bills, but messy enough to still text our exes. Grab a glass of wine and let's get adultish. Okay. I hate when I tell someone I need closure and their response is them not responding is closure. End quote. I'm with ya. We know that that's closure. Like, if you know what I mean, don't ask me what I mean. Like, I'm asking for support here by asking that kind of question. If I'm talking to you as my friend, as my homie, as my sister, as my brother, I'm saying like, oh, I want closure. I'm going to reach out to them. I want closure. And you saying them not responding is closure. Obviously, but I want to know the reason. I want to know the reason. Tell me to my face. That's how I feel. Like, get some balls and say it to my face. Not responding is obviously closure. They're obviously not interested. We know that, but I want more. Okay? I'm a glutton for punishment. So that is definitely a whine of the week for me. Next one is, please stop hearting and firing my Instagram stories if you aren't actually interested. Snaps, claps, like, because what? Oh my God. Okay. I saw this person once on Instagram talk about how you know that the guy who's hearting all of your stories or fire emojiing them is sitting their ass on a toilet taking a poop. Like, they do not care about you. They're not hearting that story because they really think you look good or are interested in striking back up conversation with you or even asking you out, for heaven's sake. Like, so seriously stop, but we also need to stop taking that so seriously. But I don't know. Like, it could mean something. It could mean something. They are interested a little. Otherwise, why are they still following you? No? See, that's the delusion creeping back in. So well, I can only hope that they're actually still following me for a reason. And you know what? For me personally, I feel like a lot of the people who end up hearting or firing or 100ing emojis, first of all, you have a child and or a partner in your profile photo. Disgust. Like, mind your business. Get off my page. On my podcast page is different, but my personal page, don't heart and fire my stories. That's a warning to you all. I don't respond. I never, interact. But sometimes I'm like, oh, who's this? I go to their profile. I'm like, married. Children up the wazoo. Psychopath. No photos of themselves. Like, how do I keep track of y'all? But yeah, only heart and fire stories or interact in people's DMs if you're genuinely interested. And if you're not, get off my jock. Whiners, as y'all know, sometimes we talk about hard things on the pod, and the stigma around mental health is one of them. That's why I'm so happy to have BetterHelp Therapy as a sponsor. There's no shame in the therapy game. You don't need to have a serious clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety to go to therapy. You can just be a regular human with regular human-ish to figure out. Therapy can even just help you with everyday tools for everyday life. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and accessible. I know finding a therapist can be the most intimidating step of starting this journey, and the benefit of BetterHelp is that it's online, remote, and you get matched with a professional therapist within days. Use the link in the description of this episode or go to betterhelp.com/adultish. It's so easy, you will not regret it. Don't be scared. If you don't love the first therapist you're matched with, you can easily switch. That's one of the things I was worried about. When I tell my whole life story to one person, I have to switch to another one because I'm not really getting along. So this one, you don't have to worry about the network, the insurance, blah, blah, blah. So if you need an unbiased professional to vent to, or whether you have anxiety, PTSD, depression, or family issues, I think BetterHelp is a great place to start. Click the link in the episode description or go to betterhelp.com/adultish for 10% off your first month. Love you, Whiners. Taking that into me being constantly delusional. You love that for me. We love that for me. It is so unhealthy. I have a hard time creating the boundary between thinking that there's hope with something going on, with some sort of situationship or relationship, and kind of like being a bystander in my own shit. Like a few episodes ago I talked about oh my God, what is his name already? Obedience guy, right? There were all these signs leading up to the things that I ended up not liking, right? But I was like, no, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to be patient. I'm going to be quiet. It's not a red flag that he said that thing about this woman that I really didn't care for the way that he said that. Like, I'm going to wait till he says it once more because I want to give him a chance. And it's like, That is absolute delusion. So, um, I need y'all to keep me in check on that. Uh, I feel like how many times have I said like, oh my God, how many times have I said he's just going through a lot, or he's in between jobs. He's not a good texter. Like, we know that that is a lie. It's not the case. They're just not that into you, boo. Also, we were just one of probably many side chicks. Men, whiners. Like, tune in here. Like, say something that's gonna make me change my mind. How do I wrap my head around all these excuses? I feel like you guys, okay, and I know women do this too, but I feel like you guys just have this like excuse Rolodex that you know that we're gonna buy. You know what I mean? I'm not really a good texter, or I don't like to FaceTime, or I got to go to bed early because I have the gym in the morning. Like, I know you're not setting those boundaries for yourself, okay? Like, I know that they're all lies, and I need to stop believing it. So, is there a line between delusion and manifestation? I do. I do think there's a line. There's tons of books out there I need to read. I need to read them. I need to be educated on this because I like the idea of speaking what you want into existence, putting that out in the universe. But how do you differentiate that between making something up? Like, I get so delusional about every situationship I'm in that I can not necessarily change them, but I can make them take me more seriously. I can make them actually like me. If I'm going to show them who I am, which is 100% me. Like, I'm never not being me. I'm always being my crazy ass self. So, like, how do you not like that? Right? Um, so I need tips and tricks. Like, I'm not coming to you as an expert here. I'm coming to you as like, what are y'all doing? Like, I like the manifestation idea. I like the speaking it into existence idea. How do we draw the line between making something up in your head, or imagining that it's going to play out later, and then you waste so much time over manifestation? I'm thinking journaling. I listened to Cammie Crawford on her podcast. She said that she wrote down when she met her person on a dating app, she had written down all these details about, like, not superficial details, like caring, communicative, like actual good ass qualities about a human male species that she was looking for. And she got them all in her person. Nothing about being tall, nothing about the clothes they wear, nothing about the car they have, or the job, or the car they have, or the job they have. Like, real good stand up qualities. And so I think that's manifestation, right? And that's also like becoming one with yourself and knowing what you really truly do value and what you truly do want. Delusion is, I think, ignoring the red flags that are being thrown your way. Those excuses that I mentioned. And I hate to use the red flags, but I mean, that's a term for a reason. There's so many times where I thought somebody was the one. Oh. And again, go back and listen to those past few episodes. I get into more detail there, but like they tell you things like, I'm gonna I started talking to my family about you, like, I want to take a trip together. Not on like in the first few dates, if you mention that I'm actually running away, like, I don't buy that at all. But like, if we're talking dating for a month, 2 months, 3 months, and we talk about taking a trip together, like, that to me is like serious. Like, I'm like, okay, we're going somewhere. Like, I think this one could be something. Um, people who tell me they respect what I'm doing here, like people in this industry, I am eating that up. You know what I mean? Like, it's damn it. But like, you don't mean it. And then how do I become not jaded? How do I become not jaded? What if someone is like, no, I really love what you do, and I'm like, fuck off. No, you don't. Where's the line? Where's the line? And how do I Who can help me with that? Not my therapist. Is it my therapist? I need a dating coach. I don't know. Something to think about. Maybe it's, do you know what it is? I think it's having more fun. I think it's being, oh gosh, is this going to contradict everything I just said? I think it's having more fun with dating. Yes, I am looking for my partner. I'm looking for the one. I can't wait to be married one day. I'm 35, you know what I mean? Like, time is ticking. Not that I want kids, but like, I want to enjoy my life with somebody. But I can have fun while I'm doing it, right? Like, am I just supposed to be sitting on the sidelines, waiting? And trial and error. Like, don't I need to be going out and trying these things that you guys and myself come up with for dating? And what's the line between delusion and manifestation? And is that what they were talking about when people, what? Oh no, that's demure. Also that. I'm not demure. I am not demure. I am Delulu. That's obviously, I think any woman who hosts a podcast by herself. Actually, someone told me that recently. No, they didn't tell me I was delusional. I think they used a different word. Narcissistic. That's a different conversation. Okay, so we're gonna continue to work on that together. I'm gonna start with my action steps for that are going to be journaling about my dates, because I do think if y'all have been Whiners for a few seasons now, remember when I used to journal and like sometimes I wouldn't even remember what I journaled about because like I went there. I guess that's how maybe like writers of movies and like, you know, real creators, like maybe that's, oh my God, am I a creator? That's crazy. Like just writing and I'm literally lost in my thoughts. And then I would go, you know, write more, and then a couple weeks later I would go reflect on how I was feeling, and I was like, whoa, I had something to say and I was right. Like, trust my instincts. So I think I'm gonna journal. I think I'm gonna have fun and just kind of stop taking it so seriously. I think I'm gonna make a list of my dream partner core qualities, and I think I'm still gonna make a list of qualities for, you know, sexiness qualities, height, fashion, vibes. I don't care about the car you drive. I would like you to have a car. But it maybe some things are in flux. I don't know. I mean, COVID happened. Some people didn't have a house. Some people live with roommates. Like, there's room for error. Okay, there's room for trying back. But, okay, we're going to check back on that. This is going to be an ongoing topic that we're going to be talking about. So, keep me honest. And I'm going to keep you guys honest. We are pro sex toys on Adultish Wines, whether it's for solo play, partner play, gift for a friend. I mean, I can personally vouch for Adam and Eve. I've bought a sex toy or 20. Adam and Eve is giving Adultish listeners a spankin' deal. See what I did there? You get 50% off of one item, 3 special bonus gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. And free discreet shipping, by the way. Go to adamandeve.com to get 50% off the one item, 3 free gifts, 6 free movies, and free shipping. That's ADULTISH at adamandeve.com. Okay, let's play Whine or Fine, which is the game where we're going to drink if we disagree, if it's a wine, if we hate it. And fine, if you like it, it's fine. It's a statement, a quote, a situation, if you will. So, Whine or Fine, letting, quote, I'm bad at texting be the excuse. It's a whine. I don't buy it anymore. I don't believe it. I have a full-time job. I have a full-time side hustle. I'm a dog mom, and now I constantly have a second dog rotating in my house. That's a different story again. I have a healthy friend relationship. I go to networking events. I make time. Yes, some text messages that aren't that important are delayed. But that's how I know if you're not getting back to me, I'm not an important text message. So I'm bad at texting. I'm not into it, bro. It's a whine. Buying a new outfit for a date that hasn't confirmed yet, Whine or Fine? Fine. That's a fine for me because you can rewear that outfit or check the return policy if it's that, you know, serious to you, if it's like a gala dress or something like that. Is it gala or gala, by the way? Like, I never know. Fine. But washing my hair for a date that hasn't confirmed? Like, we're supposed to be getting dinner, but I haven't heard from you today? I'm not washing my hair. Absolutely not. No, we're going up in a slick top knot if you end up confirming in a timely manner. I am not washing the wig for an I wash my hair maybe twice a week. Like, that is one of the worst things on this planet to do for myself. I hate it. Especially in Houston. Are you kidding? The sweat? I get out of the shower, I'm blow drying my hair, I'm sweating again, I need to take another shower. No. Buying a new outfit? Yes, it's a fine. For sure. Letting astrology dictate if the person is a good match for you. I'm going to say Whine. But I do want to know more about this. I've never been an astrology girly. Like, I'm a Capricorn and I know what that means for me. And but when you see the memes and stuff like that, you're always going to find something that relates to yourself. So that, I just can't, I don't know if I trust it. But recently, a couple of friends of mine have been saying, oh, you need to date I think Cancer, or, oh, a Capricorn, like, you need to date Earth and water go good together. And I'm like, okay, but what's the science behind it? You know what I mean? Like, give me the facts. But then when they brought up what a July sign was, which I can't remember, I think that's a Cancer. Thank you. And they said, don't date that. And I was like, checks out. Maybe these astrologists have got a point. Maybe these girlies on Instagram and TikTok have got a point. Because toxic. Terrible, terrible, terrible. I won't tell you which ones those were, but oh my God. Actually, one of those is Romania guy, and that we haven't gone over that. That's going to be a story for a different day, a different episode. Absolutely toxic. So, okay, maybe I'll get into astrology. Maybe we'll have somebody that deals with astrology on the podcast to teach me more about that in dating and how that could be beneficial for me, or if it's a crock of shit. Whine or fine, going on one date and saving their contact with a nickname. I'm going to say Whine. But with that, I am always going to be honest with you guys. You know what I mean? I've never saved a contact with a nickname, but I did go through a time where I saved contacts with I liked okay. Let me slide here, because I did like to have pictures for all of my contacts. Okay, so I like to have not just the R or the A icon. I liked a photo. Obviously, I didn't have a photo of me and this guy that I went on 2 dates with, but we did go to pizza on our first date, and so I put a pizza logo or pizza photo. Is that crazy? The reason why I do think it was crazy is because, and that was years ago, but I was with my friend and her husband, and he was like, who's that? And I was like, oh, that's so-and-so. And he's like, how do you know that? And I'm like, oh, well, you've been only on 2 dates, and he's really cool, and I like him a lot. And he's like, and you already have like an emoji, an icon for him? It's like, come on, let me live. Let me have a little fun. Like, and also stop looking at my phone. Mind your business. But yeah, I think that, I don't know. Maybe you need to keep track. Maybe that's why you need nicknames. Well, I guess that's why you could put their real names. You know what? Something that I did for a while was I saw this girl on Instagram, again, because we're learning everything from social media, good or bad, to our fault or not. Somebody said, like, why are you even saving numbers after a first or second date? Like, have they been given that privilege to be saved? So I tried that. A guy texted me. I never delete conversations. By the way, mic check, receipts. But I had a guy text me, and I knew who it was because I had our text conversation. But I hadn't heard from him like literally probably over a month. And so I was like, sorry, can you remind me who this is? He flipped out. We go on one date. You don't talk to me for a month, and I'm supposed to have, like, you assumed I had your number saved? That's crazy too. Both sides of the token are crazy. We got to meet in the middle here, my friends. Like, it's really too much out here. Anyway, if someone's going to react all crazy like that, I don't want to know them anyway. So I think the ending to the episode is I'm still going to be delusional, but we're really going to try and work through it together. But at some point, I do think that we have to admit to ourselves. You need to admit to yourself. I definitely need to admit to myself that in most of my situationships, I wasn't dating someone real. I was dating my imagination of them. I romanced the hell out of them. The man in my head was loyal and sweet and attractive and liked me and just busy. That's why he couldn't get back to me. He was just busy. Because absolutely not. In real life, he probably hadn't responded to my last text message, my last day of text messages, my last paragraphs that I like to send. I'm going to continue sending. I like to send a paragraph. But I do wonder, like, what has taught so many of us to hold on to this idea of, oh, it's enough, or this half love, right? Like, we're getting it, but like, it's mostly in our head. Is that from romance movies? Is that from romantic books? We get one good morning text and we make up a whole romantic novel in our heads. We are living that romance. But like, truly, that is what I do want. Like, what is it? I want that can't sleep, can't eat, can't think without you kind of love. That's what I want. But that came from a movie. And like, do people get that? Do people have that 100% of the time? Or is that just a moment in time and we're not getting the full look? The truth is, no matter how great the fantasy, it can't hold a relationship together if reality refuses to show up. So, I like that. I'm going to stick with that. That's what I'm going to journal on repeat. Write that 3 times in a journal entry. Maybe it'll stick. All right, Whiners, thanks for tuning in to another crazy solo whine. I love y'all so much, and I'll see you next Thursday. Bye.